Good morning, dear students. I'm hopeful that you all are doing great. I welcome you all to the online science lesson. Today we are going to read textbook pages 46 till 48. So quickly take out your textbooks and write date and day on these 3 pages. You have to follow this format to write date and day. First of all, take a scale and take a pencil and draw 3 lines like this on page number 46. After that, on the line that you will draw in the upper left corner, you will write day. On the line that you will draw in the middle of the page, you will write classwork. And on the line that you will draw in the upper right corner, you will write today's date. Today is Tuesday, 26th of January 2021. So you will write this date on page number 46, and on page number 47 and 48 you will just write the classwork. Here are the learning objectives for today. First of all, we will learn how food chains combine to form a food web. Then we will learn how a fallen tree can cause change in its ecosystem. And after that, we will learn how groundhogs cause positive and negative changes in their environment. Here in this picture, you can see different food chains are shown. A food chain shows the transfer of energy from one living thing to another by being eaten or by eating the other living thing. Every living thing in a food chain is called a link, and different links in the food chains are connected by the help of arrows. The direction of arrow shows the direction of flow of energy. For example, in the first food chain, there are 3 links: corn, rat, and owl. The rat is eating the corn and the energy is being transferred from corn to the rat. It is shown by the help of arrow. After that, the owl eats the rat and the energy is transferred from the rat to the owl. This is also shown by the help of arrow, and the direction of energy is also shown. In the second food chain, there are 4 links present: carrots, rabbit, fox, and lion. Carrots are eaten by the rabbits. Then the rabbits are eaten by the fox, and after that the fox is being eaten by the lion. In this food chain, the energy is flowing from carrots to the rabbit and from rabbit to the fox, and after that from the fox the energy is transferred to this lion. In the last food chain, 5 links are shown, and the flow of energy is also shown by the help of arrows. From the grass, energy flows to grasshopper. From grasshopper it flows to frog, then to python, and in the end the eagle eats the python to get energy. Here in this picture, a food web is shown. When different food chains combine together or they overlap each other, a food web is formed. You can see in this food web, one animal is being eaten by the different animals, and that animal is also eaten by the other animals. So when the different food chains combine together, they form a food web. Here are the keywords for today. We are having 3 keywords today: resources, drought, and adaptation. You can find the definitions of these keywords in the glossary on textbook page number 117. Resources. Resources are those things which are necessary for the living things to live and survive. The food, water, and other living things that living things can get from the environment are called the resources. Drought are the long period of lack of water, and when there is no rain for a long period of time, they can cause drought. Adaptation. A trait that helps a living thing survive in its environment is called its adaptation. First of all, we will discuss what are the food webs. Do you eat the same food at every meal? Obviously, you do not eat the same food at every meal. You eat the different kinds of food. Similarly, the animals do not eat the same kind of food every day or every time. They can eat different types of food. That's why the ecosystem has many types of food chains and a food web is formed when different food chains overlap each other. In other words, we can say that a food web is a system of overlapping food chains in an ecosystem, and food webs show that energy flow in many different ways in an ecosystem. Usually the energy flows from a producer to many consumers, and one consumer can be eaten by many other consumers. When we construct these food chains, they make up a food web. Here you can see another food web. The green plants are being eaten up by the rabbit, the mouse and the goat, and the goat is being eaten up by the jackal. The rabbit is being eaten up by the wildcat. The snake, which is shown in this food web, it is also eating the mouse, and the kite is eating the snake, and lion is eating the wildcat, the jackal, the goat and the other animals, and this makes up a food web, which is the system of overlapping food chains. Now it's time to solve question number 1 on textbook page number 46. You can see a food web is given here, and we have to tell the animals that eat grass. You can see by the help of arrows, 4 animals are eating the grass in this food web: the cattle, the mouse, the grasshopper and the prairie dog. So you will write the names of these animals in the animals that eat grass, and the animals that eat the prairie dog you will write coyote, black-footed ferret and the eagle. Just write these names in the given space and we will proceed to page number 47. Now we will read how do ecosystems change. Ecosystems are never the same, they keep on changing with time. These changes can be caused by different reasons. Sometimes the animals cause the changes, sometimes the plants cause the changes, and sometimes the environmental factors also change an ecosystem. Just think about a 200 years old tree that was just fallen in a storm. There can be different effects on the ecosystem of that fallen tree. Some of them can be positive and some of them can be negative. Positive mean some of them will benefit the other animals and plants, and some of them can harm the other animals and plants. Every change has some positive and some negative aspects that are caused in an ecosystem. So the fallen tree has also some positive and some negative effects. Throughout its life, the tree was shading the forest floor. So if the tree is fallen, the forest floor will receive much more sunlight. That is a positive thing that has been done after falling off the tree. The seedling that require a lot of sunlight will have a chance to grow. It means those plants which could not get the sunlight due to that shady tree now will get sunlight and they can grow more properly now. Other plants that grow best in shade might not be able to survive now. Because the tree was shading the forest floor, and sometimes the plants do not need that much sunlight to grow. So the plants which are receiving so much sunlight now, they will not be able to survive. Other than plants, the changes can also affect animals. So after the tree has been fallen, the animals can also be affected in both the ways. First of all, the birds that were nesting in that tree may lost their home and now they have to find a new habitat to live in. That is a negative thing. But the fallen tree may provide a habitat for salamanders and other animals, and insects can also live under the tree which has been fallen. This is a positive aspect. So the fallen tree has both positive and negative effect for animals and plants. Now it's time to solve question number 1. You can see there are 2 columns and you have to match different causes with their effects. Every cause has some type of effect. It can be positive or it can be negative. You have to match the given causes with the effects. A tree falls down and the birds lose their home. This is a cause, and its effect will be the birds will have to find a new home in another tree. So you will match A with the second option. The forest floor receives more sunlight. Plants that need sunlight will grow. You will match B with the last one. The tree lies down on the forest floor. It will provide a new habitat for other animals. You will match the C with the first given option. In question number 2, you have to discuss another cause and effect of a fallen tree in the forest. There can be some other cause of the fallen tree. For example, the beavers may have cut down the trees to make a beaver's dam. So its effect will be the beavers will be able to make beaver's dam, and that will provide habitat to some water animals that cannot live in the shallow waters. Living things can also cause changes in the environment. Plants and animals both can change the ecosystem in different ways. As we know that every living thing needs some resources like water and food, and living things get what they need from the environment. As they do this, they cause changes in their environment. We will read the example of groundhogs, how do they change the ecosystem and how these changes can be positive and negative. The groundhogs dig tunnels to live underground, and these tunnels are also called burrows. As they dig burrows, they change the ecosystem, and these changes can be harmful in some ways and they can be beneficial in some other ways. Some living things get benefit from the changes that groundhog cause. For example, you can see in this picture, foxes, rabbits, and some other animals can live in the burrows that are dug by the groundhogs, and they get a habitat in this way. Here in the picture which is on left, you can see a burrow which is dug by the groundhog, and in the right side you can see the groundhog. The changes caused by the groundhogs can be positive and they can be negative. These changes are positive because foxes, rabbits and other animals can live in the burrows which are made by the groundhogs, and when they are digging the soil, they also mix the soil with the nutrients and they make the soil fertile. This type of soil is very beneficial for plants' growth, so the plants which will grow in this soil will get more nutrients in the soil. The negative effects of groundhogs digging the burrows are: the groundhogs can damage crops, lawns and roots of the plants when they are digging, and they can destroy buildings' foundations also, because sometimes they dig the foundation of the buildings to make the burrows and tunnels. So when they are digging, they can make the foundations of the buildings weak. Now we will solve question number 3 on page number 48. You can see there are two statements given here. These are the effects of the groundhogs digging the burrows. One of them is positive effect and one of them is a negative effect. You have to label the positive effect and the negative effect. When groundhogs dig, they mix the soil. This helps the plant that grow in the soil. What do you think? Is it a positive or a negative effect? It is a positive effect because they help the plants to grow. And when groundhogs dig, they can damage crops and the roots of the plants and trees, and this is a negative effect. You will label this one effect as negative and the first one as positive. Here are some plenary questions for you. You don't need to answer these questions in the notebook. You just have to answer them orally. Do you think an ecosystem can change? How? As we know that ecosystems can change. They can change in different ways. Some of the changes are caused by the natural events. Some of the changes are caused by the animals, and some of the changes are caused by the plants also. So they can change in different ways, and we have just read the example of a fallen tree and the groundhogs, and these are some of the changes which are caused by some living things in an ecosystem. Question number 2. What are the causes and effects of a fallen tree in a forest ecosystem? You can say that a storm caused the tree to fall down, and the effects can be positive or negative. You can either say it can provide shelter to the salamander, or you can say that the birds may have lost their habitat and they need to find a new home now. is your homework for today. You have to read textbook pages 46 till 48. I have given a video link here. I have attached this video with the lesson. You can get more about the ecosystem and the changes in an ecosystem by watching this video. That was all for today. If you didn't get anything or if you are confused about anything, you can write in the comment section. I will answer your query. Take great care of yourself. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.